It's a little earlier than 10. It's about 9 something. Beautiful, beautiful day. Sun's just coming up. A little cloudy behind us, but not too bad. But I just need to vent this. The 49ers, in the last day, have now traded Juice, Kyle Juszczyk, Talanoa Hufanga, and Dre Greenlaw, which are not just three of our best, but three of our, my favorite, kind of underrated, just consistent players. I don't know, guys. I always love the Niners. You know, every season we have faith, we have hope. The faithful, gold-blooded, but some trades hurt more than others, you know? Like, we already traded Debo this season. I know we need to pay Purdy, but, dude, Hufanga was the young buck coming up. To let him go. He's the next Troy Polamalu. What are we doing? Anyway, gonna make some coffee. Stoked we have groceries. Luffy meandering in the bush behind me. It does seem like this pop filter worked quite good. I think it makes a little noises if I move too much. You can hear the rubber band shifting, which is weird. But it's really helping with the wind, so that's a win for the wind. Okay, getting to work. Today, we have an order of coasters, custom coasters. Shout out Charlie the Clough, who I obviously collaborated with, if you don't know, on Team Hodl, a fun little crypto rap project we did back in 2017 it started. But he sent me this design for some coasters, and I'm going to see. So there's a little bit of fine detail on some of that bit there you saw there on the logos for Disney and stuff. So I'm going to see if we can get that working good. So I have a stack of 12 coasters, because that's what the order is. I'm going to start with just the first. As with every adventure in life, you step with the first step. You start with the first step. I can say that correctly. But yeah, gonna see how it works. I'm pretty stoked. Shout out Charlie for a custom order. Motor Own Manufacturing. If anyone needs anything, let us know. Here we go. I'm gonna put this little template here to hold in the coasters as we go, so you can make sure they're all aligned properly. Okay, not the most secure thing, but as you can see, it's pretty not moving. From here, we can just place the coaster right in there. And it does have some wiggle room, but you can kind of just, by eye make sure it's centered. That one's looks pretty close right there. And yeah, once you get the laser set to that, it's pretty repeatable. So now we just need to set the software up and get it all ready. There it is. And we just checked for the size. 81.33 is actually what we got for the last one we measured. So we'll put 81 point, we'll say 0.5 just to give it a little wiggle room, and it should still be good because it'll center within that. So we'll be solid. So yeah, let's change that right there from the much larger design we did to 81.5. Bada bing, bada boom. That should be pretty good because we burned wood with it last time, so that should be solid. Go create. It should tell us the estimated time. 3 minutes. That sounds about right for that amount of print on it. We just need to turn on our machine right here. Turn it on. Connect it with the connect button. We unlock it. Oop, 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 I always misclick there. We unlock it, and we should be able to start moving it around with the button. And we're going to try to align it to that square there. Now let's make it smaller increments of movement, because that was 10 steps. Let's move that down to, say, 2. Looks pretty close on the y-axis, I believe that is, and then the x looks pretty good there. Then we want to set this to 0. Right here, we set the start point to 0 now that we have it pretty decent there. Click that. And now we can click, oh, where is it? Right here. This framing button will show us, right there, will show us the shape for this design. So if we hit the frame, we'll see it should hopefully go around the square pretty evenly. Feels like it's touching closer on this side, and it's not getting as far on that side, so if anything, I want to move this over a tiny bit. Say another 2. Set that to 0. Just the framing again. You know what we can do? An easy way to test, especially if it's only 3, is we can just burn it in right here and see where that gets us without having to waste a coaster. So let's actually do that. With it centering right now, let's see where it's at, and we can just amend it from there. So we'll start it right now. Okay, I don't know if we lost that video or not. I think we do a test now on the plywood and see where that gets us. I'm not quite sure with the Disney what happened with that. Maybe we check into the file a little more. I also realized that this is way higher than it normally is. It's usually more around there, and it was on there, which was even more set. So I think actually we should give it a solid test with the plywood at the right level and kind of see where that gets us. It did burn quite well. If anything, it looks like it's too far over this way, so I should move it back the way it was. I think it was probably pretty centered before we moved it. It looks a little like skewed rotation-wise, but that could also just be because it's just off that way. But it does look a little rotated almost, so, you know. Not sure what's up with that. But the main problem right now is that we burnt it too close here on this ESPN. So I think we're going to do less lines per millimeter. I think that should help bring it back to the 6 because we've been doing fine detail and it's been working. And see where that gets us. Moving it back to where it was before. And try to get the centering a little better. Actually, for the sake of it being a test, we'll just do the back side of this one and just see, you know. Okay, this is actually getting a lot better. It's pretty close, and some people might accept that as good enough. I think we can get it a smidge better. I'm gonna try. I think I'm gonna try backing the heat off a little bit more, because we're just getting the gap between the E, or between the letters on the ESPN. I don't know if we can see it, but I think if we bring the heat down a little bit more, we won't get that residual burn over. Some people also mentioned, or I've seen on forums talking about putting like tape so the burnout doesn't burn past that. But I don't want to smell burnt plastic tape, so I want to just see if we can get it better with the built-in just functions. So we'll see. Oh man, we're struggling. This camera just turned off while completely still sitting here recording. We lose every take that turns off. I'm trying to keep it as still as possible. I think we've just been, like, this cable is not meant to be, obviously, moved around while, like, we've been walking around. It's been getting kinked and all that stuff. So definitely need to get some replacement batteries sooner than later. Okay. I think that might be... Oh, let's turn this machine off. Okay. I think that might be about it, man. That's pretty close. We got the Disney, we got the circle. The only thing that's maybe missing a little bit is the bottom of the plus sign there. But that could also just be a little thing in the wood itself, because sometimes it burns differently. overall I'm pretty dang happy with that. And that's, you know, it just goes to show you, when you're ordering something, that it, you know, you're getting someone who's quality control checking what 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 burns to get the design right. As I'm learning the machine though also, so you know, in the future I should get this dialed in and hopefully get it right the first try. But as I'm learning the machine and all that stuff, it's just, you know, it's charged to the game essentially. And the cool thing is I'm happy to give, you know, Charlie these extra. We'll obviously make the original order of 12, but what am I going to do with these? So, you know, in the meantime, to like support people who are supporting us early, just give them the extra. So, you know, it'll be now an order of 16, unless, you know, this one's like good enough to keep maybe 15. But yeah, pretty happy with that. I think honestly this thing's been turning off in here. I don't think we can take it on a walk with us without maybe risking the power, which isn't great, but also I don't know what to do. Maybe we'll order a new replacement battery ASAP so we can remedy that and just figure out vlogging a different way for a couple days until we can get that coming in. So play it by ear. But yeah, I don't want to risk, this is our only way to power the camera, so I don't want to risk this breaking completely, because then we'll have no way to vlog, because our phone camera's also broken right now. So yeah, gonna go walk Luffy. Gonna send the final image of this good one over to Charlie and see what he thinks. I think the centering's pretty good. Overall, I'm pretty happy with it. So took a little longer than I expected, but not too shabby. Over and out. Okay, so we just heard back from Charlie a little bit ago, and he's quite happy with, sent him the picture of this final, let's get the light down a little brighter here. Oh, there you go, that's much better. With this final design right here. Boom, boom. It's not perfect, but it's pretty good. And it actually shows up better in person than it does in camera, because that line, it looks dark here, but you can like see the variation for the ESPN. It does have a bit of the space there, which is really what I was going for. So pretty happy. You can see we have, you know, a few tests. We did both sides of each of these. Ideally, you know, it would have been a little quicker of a process getting them down, but that's part of the thing, learning this all, you know. It's like I'm learning manufacturing from scratch essentially, and just learning as I go a lot of times. So it's going to take a second, and it's cool. You know, I can give him, like I said, the extra ones of these. So that's a fun thing to do. So pretty excited. He might roll up this weekend to pick them up and drop some stuff off and just hang out. It's been a minute since we've friendship, so you know that could be in the vlog. Look out for that. But yeah, also just want to thank everyone who's been watching and supporting. You know, it means a lot. You know, we got Milan, we got, I think I just saw Manchego, which I think might be the Nef, Zion. Yeah, just much love, everyone. Really appreciate the support. It's been pretty fun. It's been pretty crazy, kind of tiring, to be honest, but very, very rewarding. Just looking at getting some new batteries for this, because I wasn't able to take this on my walk because, you know, this connector cable's been dying and we've losing footage all day, which was frustrating. I didn't want to just record and lose it and break our only connection. But looking at getting some new batteries soon so we can be a little more mobile with it, and just some other stuff. So really excited about that. Also, update, got both the follow-up interview for the merch manager role coming up this Thursday, and then I also was hit up by Tez Talks Radio to do a interview about just kind of the stuff I've been building with Tez Tones and other stuff there. So that's coming up, I believe, the 17th, if I'm not mistaken. I will follow up on that. But yeah, it's just cool having, you know, a couple opportunities popping up in life, and just feel the momentum as I'm putting it out here, just feeling the momentum picking up. So, you know, just a reminder, if you're in a rut, it happens. You know, I'm kind of just pulling myself out by my bootstraps, and we got this, guys. We got this. You know, times are a bit rough these days. It's okay to not be okay. So yeah, that's I guess my message of the day is just kind of gratitude for the support on this journey and figuring it out one step at a time. It's like, oh, this broke today, trying to get the gas yesterday. It's like, if it's not one thing, it's another, but it is progress, right? I would say slowgress is better than nogress as long as it's progress. So, you know, we're making slowgress. So thank you all for coming on this journey with me, and have a beautiful rest of your day.